In the next 10 minutes, you are going to spot 7 psychological tricks that companies, apps, and even your friends use on you every single day. And here is the uncomfortable part. Knowing about them does not make you immune. Casinos know that you know. Supermarkets know that you know. They run these tricks anyway, because they still work. By the end of this video, you will see exactly why. And trick number 7, this platform is using it on you right now. Welcome to MindLoop, where we rewire how you see the world, one fact at a time. Let's get into it. A movie theater sells a small popcorn for $4 and a large for $8. Most people buy the small, so the theater adds a medium for $7.50. Suddenly, the large looks like a steal, and sales of the large explode. Nobody buys the medium. Nobody was supposed to. That is the decoy effect, an option that exists only to make another option look good. The Economist magazine famously offered a web-only subscription for $59, a print-only subscription for $125, and print plus web also for $125. Print only made no sense, and that was the point. In an MIT experiment, adding that useless option nearly doubled the number of students choosing the expensive bundle. Now look at any pricing page online. Basic, premium, and one weird middle option that nobody picks. It is not a mistake, it is a decoy, and it is there to steer you. Why does a $200 jacket feel cheap when the tag says it used to cost $600? Because of anchoring. Your brain latches onto the first number it sees and judges everything else against it. In one famous study, researchers asked people to write down the last 2 digits of their own social security number, then bid on a bottle of wine. People with higher digits bid up to 3 times more. A completely random number changed what they were willing to pay. This is why stores show you the original price crossed out. Why restaurants put a ridiculously expensive lobster dish at the top of the menu. Not to sell it, but to make everything below it look reasonable. The first number wins. Every negotiation, every sale sign, every was now price tag is a fight over who sets the anchor. Spoiler, it is usually not you. Only 2 rooms left at this price. Sound familiar? Booking sites turned artificial scarcity into a science. When something feels rare, your brain does not just want it more. It switches from asking, do I want this, to, will I lose this? Those are different circuits, and the second one is faster and dumber. In 1975, researchers ran a now classic experiment with cookie jars. One jar held 10 cookies, another held just 2, identical cookies. People rated the ones from the nearly empty jar as significantly more desirable and more valuable. Same cookie, emptier jar, higher value, limited drops, countdown timers, almost sold-out labels. None of it is information, it is pressure. And here is the kicker. It keeps working even when we know the countdown resets at midnight. 3 down, but the next 4 are the ones you are least likely to catch, because they do not feel like tricks. They feel like your own opinion. Watch for it. Why do sitcoms use laugh tracks when everyone says they hate them? Because they work. In controlled tests, audiences rated the exact same jokes as funnier when canned laughter played underneath. That is social proof. When you are not sure what to think, you outsource the decision to the crowd. Restaurants know an empty dining room is death, so they seat the first guest by the window. Apps tell you 12 people booked this today. Tip jars start the night preloaded with cash. And those 5-star reviews? One analysis found that a half-star improvement in a restaurant's rating measurably fills its tables. The wild part? Fake crowds work almost as well as real ones. Your brain counts heads first and asks questions, basically never. A waiter brings your bill with a single mint. Tips go up about 3%. 2 mints, 14%. But when the waiter drops 1 mint, walks away, then turns back and says, you know what, here is an extra one, just for you. Tips jump over 20%. That is reciprocity. Receive something, anything, and your brain opens a debt that it is desperate to close. Free samples at the supermarket are not generosity. They are invoices. The free guide that wants your email address. The salesperson's, let me check with my manager, discount. Devotees at airports famously handed out flowers before asking for donations, and donations soared, even though most people threw the flower in the nearest bin. The gift does not have to be wanted. It just has to be received. Which sounds better? A surgery with a 90% survival rate or one with a 10% death rate, they are identical. But doctors, actual doctors, chose the first far more often when it was framed as survival. Losses hit the brain roughly twice as hard as equal gains. Losing $50 hurts about twice as much as finding 50 feels good. Marketers weaponize this every day. Don't miss out instead of, come get this. Free trials exist because canceling feels like losing something you already own. Your streak on that language app? A manufactured possession designed so that breaking it feels like a loss, even though you never owned anything at all. If a message makes you feel like you are about to lose something you did not have this morning, that is the trick. In the 1920s, psychologist Bluma Zeigarnik noticed something odd in a Vienna cafe. Waiters could remember huge unpaid orders perfectly, but the moment the bill was paid, they forgot everything. Her research confirmed it. Your brain clings to unfinished business and dumps completed tasks. That is the Zeigarnik effect, and it is the engine behind every cliffhanger you have ever suffered through. Autoplay counts down before your brain gets closure. Season finales end mid-crisis. News anchors tease the story coming up after the break. Open loops demand to be closed. Your brain will not file the episode away until it knows how it ends. And yes, this video opened a loop in its first 30 seconds when I promised that number 7 was being used on you right now. You stayed. That is the effect. You just watched it work on yourself. So here is your homework. This week, catch one of these in the wild. A decoy price, a fake countdown, a free sample with strings attached. Once you see the machinery, you cannot unsee it. If this rewired something in your brain, subscribe. There is a new dive into the strange mechanics of your mind every week, and I will leave you with one open loop. The trick your own memory plays on you every single day. That is the next video.